You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? AssholeConsulting.com. And he writes, hi Aaron, long-time subscriber, second-time requester. I'm curious as to what you think about the nano degree programs being offered through Udacity.com. They have courses that range anywhere from web development to AI. They even offer an intro to self-driving cars course. Programs range from a few hundred to a few thousand in cost, which is still considerably cheaper than many bootcamp programs out there. Yes, they are. Do you think it's worth it? Or would one be better off going to a full programming bootcamp instead? How much weight do you think nano degrees would carry in the job market? As always, thanks. Okay, so I looked into them. I like them. I like them a lot. They're relatively new. I think the oldest post I ever found, like from 2014, could be wrong. But the reviews that people who have taken them in the past, very favorably, didn't see one bad thing about them. About the only real drawbacks would be stuff that is inherent with anything with these niche skills that are constantly evolving and changing and demanding, which is inherent to IT, and that is you got to keep your skills current. So, you know, something that you learned, whatever language 3 years ago may not be relevant or highly in demand today. You got to learn the new one, you know, C, C++, C#, and that kind of evolution. But I also like it because it's very specific and tailored. Like, the model of college is so outdated, and I'm like, here's this big old fucking degree, and it's so big it won't fit into any practical skills that you're going to need. Whereas these nano are like, here's a skill, here's a skill, here's a skill, here's a skill. And even the people that were employing people liked them. They spoke favorably of them. So because it fits, like, hey, I need this guy with this specific skill or trait. Here it is, nano degree, boop, right there. No, I got a degree in, you know, whatever, general management information systems. Nothing wrong with that. But as you guys know, once you get your degree in management information systems, IT, or, you know, web development, whatever, you then need, right there below, your resume better have the skills and the languages or whatever other programs that you need, so that when a computer, not a human, a computer scans it, it sees, oh yeah, Syrian, Python, whatever else you got. So I am a big fan of that. They're going to make you take continuing education anyway if you work for some corporate cocksucking employer. And I do like the fact that they're cheaper than a full boot camp as well. $1,000 though, oh man, I was kind of like, oh, but you're right. It's dirt cheap compared to a lot of boot camp, and it's certainly dirt cheap to the bullshit the colleges are going to make it take 2 years of worthless classes that has nothing to do with your degree. And then maybe you're all right, here's your piece of paper. Yeah, I do like this because it really, and I think it is going to be the future because it's moving away from these just worthless college classes and these worthless college degrees. Not that STEM programs and STEM degrees are worthless, but it's moving. This is the evolution. This is the edge. This is the envelope. This is what's hopefully going to make college obsolete, and I think down the road, this has legs that it can sprout and run with. And if all of a sudden you got all these like nano degrees and certifications and they're listed on your resume, maybe not today, but it'll be more common where it's like, oh yeah, nano degree, oh, these certifications. And especially if you're in this world of IT, it's already kind of that way where you got to get credentialed and certified in very specific skills and trades anyway. So I do like it. I think you should do it. There's effectively no risk except for the modicum of money you're going to invest in your time getting them. But you'd almost have to be doing this anyway. And at least now there's a relatively notable website, entity, I don't want to say company, Udacity.com. People have heard of it, you know, or edX, you know, it says, oh, they got a program this is certified. Certainly within that industry, they're going to say, oh, you got this nano, you got this certification, okay. And so it immediately will carry some cachet with it. So for the amount of time and investment you put into it and money, yeah, I'm very for it. I'm absolutely for it. And I got a file where you go to high school online, you could, the internet is moving on whether K through college big education wants it to or not. whether corporate employers are aware of it or not. They're saying like, hey, you can go to school way cheaper. You don't have to deal with assholes at school. You don't have to sit on the big chunk of cheese with 4 wheels and go into the school and sit there and talk to inferior people, aka teachers. You say, hey, here it is. Do you want the code? Boom, you can graduate from high school online. You don't even have to graduate. God almighty, you don't even have to go to high school. You can just immediately jump. Like if you were an 8th grader, nothing stopped you from going to Udacity. You just say, fuck high school. That's you could go to college. You could skip. See, that's the problem. If I would love to get into the minds of 8th graders and say, look, okay, you got your reading, writing, and arithmetic down. You don't have to go to high school. You can bypass it. But they don't want to listen to old fogies like me. But the internet is allowing it so that people can free themselves from the K through college problem. Maybe not K. You got to go to school a little bit. I understand that. 5-year-olds are not going to be skipping kindergarten. But once you're 13 or 14 and you know how to program, you don't need it. You do not need high school or even college anymore. You could bypass that fucking prison and the ass-raping tuition prices that they got there. And you can avoid that hell. You can all avoid it. And then instead of the Tina graduated with her law degree from Tier 12 law school over at the strip mall, and she has $400,000 in debt. She needs your help. It's like, no, little Jimmy went to Udacity and at 16 is programming and makes $100,000 a year from the comforts of his own home. His parents are very proud. They moved out of the trailer park in Evansville, Wyoming to a nice place in Jackson, Wyoming. All right, that's it. Yes, very pro nano degree. Absolutely. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.